Weezy out of here.
The dash is digi, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but
What is going on, guys? Boogie Clips here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my UDN Week 2 match versus Retro Rising, coach of the Universal Umbreon. And I just want to go ahead and apologize for this match being uploaded kind of late. I was having trouble with my editing software, but I've got everything worked out now, so we should be getting back on track this week. So I'll be uploading my Week 3 match probably sometime tomorrow, and then our Week 4 match should be on time this weekend on Sunday. So let's just go ahead and jump into this match then. So Retro Rising has a team of Tapu Koko, Cresselia, Incineroar, Vaporeon, Miltank, Trevenant, Mega Aggron, Garchomp, Hawlucha, Volt, and Lycanroc Day. And the 6 mons that I decided to bring this week were Greninja, Heatran, Amoonguss, Mega Mawile, Scolipede, and Rotom-Wash. So looking at the 6 he brought, I was really expecting Hawlucha and Mega Aggron to come to this game, because Hawlucha just kind of broke through my team and had a really good, solid matchup against me, and Mega Aggron just kind of hard-checked Mega Mawile. So seeing both of those two was actually really nice for me, and I'm definitely not going to complain about that. So I didn't have a team builder this week, so I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the sets that I set. Right. So my Greninja set is a 3 attacks U-turn with Water Shuriken priority. My Heatran is an Air Balloon set with Rocks, Toxic, more of a defensive set to just kind of check a lot of some of the mons in his team, especially like Cresselia, as I think it's going to be a pain, because I'll be able to throw a Toxic off on that thing, which is really nice to wear that thing down. I have a Koba Berry Amoonguss, and the purpose of the Koba Berry was to actually take a hit from Hawlucha, which didn't end up coming, so the item ended up kind of being useless. But it was still really solid, as if Electric Terrain wasn't up, I get Spore, which is really nice, as I'm able to put anything to sleep in this team. And I'm a physically defensive set to really check Garchomp and Lycanroc Dusk in this game, so yep, that's the plan. And then my Mega Mawile set is 3 attacks and Pain Split for recovery with max attack, adamant, and max HP, just to kind of break down his team, as he doesn't have very good switch-ins to it. Then my Scolipede is a Swords Dance, Ground EMZ set, which is just meant to break down his team with Mega Horn, Earthquake, and Spikes. And Spikes are really nice against his team, as he just kind of, over time, wears stuff down, and he doesn't even have a Defogger besides Tapu Koko, which I highly doubt has Defog this week. And my last mon, Rotom-Wash, is a Will-O-Wisp kind of physically defensive set to kind of check Garchomp and a couple of his other threats, and Incineroar and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and jump to the game then. So for my leads, looking at this, I thought Rotom-Wash was a really nice lead. As long as he did not lead Tapu Koko, that would be really nice. So as you guys see, he is actually going to lead the Tapu Koko. And by far, my best switch-in for this thing is Amoonguss, as this thing just hard checks in, and it's going to be able to do basically nothing to me. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Amoonguss, and by the damage, we can tell that it's spec. So it's locked into Thunderbolt, which is really nice to know early on, so I don't have to fear Z or anything like that, which is just kind of useful to know. So he's just going to switch out to Incineroar, as I'm going to get like the Sludge Bomb. And here I was just kind of hoping for a poison, which I was able to get, which is really big, as it's just going to be able to chip down this Incineroar, which I really don't have good switch-ins to this thing. So the more damage this thing takes, the better. And I'm just able to put this thing on a timer, as it doesn't get recovery at all, which is really nice. So I'm just going to hard switch into Rotom-Wash, as I don't have much for it, as he's going to knock off my leftovers, which is really annoying, but it is what it is. And I'm going to click the Hydro Pump, and I am going to bring this down into range of poison damage, which is super nice. So as here, he's just going to go into his Tapu Koko. So with my Regenerator Amoonguss, like I said, I can just switch into this thing every time. It is by far my best check, as he's going to click the Thunderbolt again, and I'm just in a great position. So at this point in the game, I realized that Electric Terrain is down. I can just get a free Spore off of here. And I'm just kind of assuming that he's either going to try and go into like a either sack off his Incineroar or go into Cresselia here. And as you guys see, he is going to go into Cresselia, which is really nice, because we're able to put this thing to sleep. And this Mon is so annoying. So having this thing asleep is really nice, and it's just going to come in handy. So he's going to go hard into Incineroar, sack it off, which is a good play by him, as I'm just going to go into my Mawile, and yeah, it's just a pretty good situation. Okay, so at this point, we know that his Tapu Koko is Specs, so a Thunderbolt is a 100% guaranteed KO here. But Volt Switch, which is what I think he's going to click here, is not going to OHKO me. So I decided to make the play in Mega Evolve and click the Play Rough. And as you see, he does go for the Volt Switch, so we are going to hit something incredibly hard, which he decides to sack off as a Vaporeon. So at this point, Vaporeon is very low and in range of another Play Rough, but he is, since I'm running no speed, he's most likely going to outspeed me. So here I decided to make the play and stay in, because I can't have this thing sending off wishes, so he's just going to click the Scald and get the KO. So at this point, I'm just going to go into Rotom Wash, as I just get a free Volt Switch here and can just easily switch out of anything. As he's going to go into the Cresselia and I get a Volt Switch, and I'm going to go into my Scolipede. So at this point, I figured that this is a good time to go for my Swords Dancer. Or actually, I believe, yeah, I actually clicked the Earthquake here, because I was predicting the Lycanroc to come out with Accelerock, but he actually goes into Garchomp, which was a really good play by him, so props to him for that. So now we're kind of forced into a situation where we got to switch out. So my play here is I want to go into Heatran, because I know this thing can't touch me with my Air Balloon, but as you guys see, he's going to click the Stone Edge, which was a great play on his part, as it's going to pop my Air Balloon, meaning I'm not going to be able to get my Rocks up here for free, which is super unfortunate, as Rocks would have just been really nice to kind of prevent him from switching in and out. So here I'm just going to have to go hard into my, I actually decided to go into my Amogus here, so I'm just going to, I believe I just clicked the Giga Drain here, because I saw no point. Yeah, as he goes, yeah, I just clicked the Giga Drain, because it's kind of a no drawback play since his Cresselia is asleep. I can just go into Heatran. And now that his Cresselia is asleep, I can just click the Stealth Rocks here for free and just kind of wear down his team every time he wants to switch in, which is really nice. So it's exactly what I'm going to do. He's going to wake up, and he's going to click the Side Shock, which does almost nothing. And at this point, I see the burn on him, and I'm like, oh god, this is a Flame Room set. This is going to be really annoying to deal with, as I'm not going to be able to Toxic him. And I was kind of expecting a Psycho Shift set here, as he'd be able to shift the burn onto something. So I decided to make the play and go into my, well, I decided to click the Magma Storm, so it's kind of stuck in there, and it's going to take residual damage from Magma Storm. But he decides to go into Vaporeon, which is fine by me. Completely fine. The lower this thing gets, the better for me. And I'm just going to click the Toxic on Vaporeon, as he goes for the Scald, which does a ton of damage, and at this point, I'm just going to go for the KO on the Vaporeon. So we're going to be able to take that thing out and just kind of prevent him to stop Wish Passing. So at this point, he could just go into his Lycanroc, and I'm just going to sack off my Heatran here. There's just no point. And I'm just going to be able to go into my Greninja for free here. And at this point, I believe I just clicked the Hydro Pump. Yeah, as this thing's going to be able to be taken down after, which is really nice, as Cresselia was a really annoying thing to deal with. And now he's going to go into his Koko. So like I said, I can just go Amogus every single time on this thing, so that's exactly what I'll do. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch and go into his Garchomp. So I'm bringing Hidden Power Ice this week, so that's exactly what I'm going to click here. Or he's going to click the Outrage, and I'm just going to click the Hidden Power Ice. And I'm going to get a ton of damage. So now, since Amogus is still important to me, and Rotom Wash really does nothing at this point, I'm just going to go into it, sack Rotom Wash out, and go hard. And here's what I decided to do here. So I had a feeling he was Scarf, but I kind of decided to risk it and go Scolipede and try and set up and go for the win immediately, which was kind of a mistake on my part, but I decided to stay in, and I do live barely, and I'm just going to get the Earthquake. So if he wouldn't have been Scarf there, I 100% outsped, and I lived a hit from Lycanroc, so I guaranteed, I pretty much won this game at that point. But since he was scarfed, he's going to bring me down to 5%, and I'm going to be in range of almost any attack. And since he has priority Accelerock, that is exactly what he's going to click and get the KO. But still, at this point in the game, Amoonguss wins this game 1v1 versus Tapu Koko. And I still have Greninja, so since I'm bringing the Water Shuriken, I'm going to be able to go into that and just... Actually, I clicked the Hydro Pump because it was a roll not to kill, so I just clicked the Hydro Pump here to get the KO. And at this point in the game, the only way he can win this game is if he crits my Amoonguss. So I'm going to go in here, get the chip damage to put this thing in range with Water Shuriken, as this thing's now in range of a Sludge Bomb. 2 hits doesn't really matter, as he's just going to take me out, and I'm going to go into Amoonguss. So, like I said, the only way he can win here is if he crits a Thunderbolt. So, let's see, does he get it? No, he does not. So, we're going to take the 1-0 victory over Retro Rising here, and I just want to go ahead and say GG to Retro Rising. This was such a good game, and he's a really good opponent, and it was just a really good game. And if you guys are curious, he is in our division, so we will get to play him a little later on in the season. So I look forward to that. And that pretty much wraps it up, guys. I just want to thank you guys for coming out to watch. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys next week for Week 3